Yo, everybody, welcome to Steak and Eggs, episode 38. As always, I am joined by Asmon and Emaru, and today we have a very special guest, iDubbbz.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Welcome to Austin and everything. Oh my God. Yeah, it's crazy to see you here.
Before we get started, I do want to give a quick shout out to Soda Poppin' and the Video Game Awards. Voting is live now at otkvga.com. I had to say that immediately, otherwise Soda was going to strangle me.
All right, iDubbbz. Easy question at the beginning. What's your game of the year?
Oh, God. I'm just going to go with what the public
You're
wants.
going to go with the safe answer?
with what the public is excited about?
Yeah, it's got
Although,
to be.
I don't know. For me personally, I would say WoW Classic, to be honest. Yeah.
For you? So, like, this was the craziest thing is I had no idea you actually played WoW. And so, like, one day someone was like, iDubbbz is streaming WoW. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I had the exact same thing. I was like, what?
When did you start playing WoW?
I'm a normal person like you guys.
That's the
How
problem.
old are you?
I'm 33.
Yeah, I'm 33 too.
It sucks, right?
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
I think I've seen you play WoW before, no? Like, you've played multiple times? Not that this isn't the first time, no?
Yeah, well, the other time I played was when Classic got introduced.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched one of your streams when you did that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I played like day one when it came out back in 2004 or whatever.
Right,
What'd you play?
A warrior.
What
Smart.
A Horde or Alliance?
Ford.
There we
There
go.
it is.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
What?
I hate this Alliance bullshit.
Why?
Man.
What do you
It's
mean?
so annoying. Because everybody knows the only reason why people play Alliance is they want the OP passive of the freedom of the Alliance for PvP. That is the only reason why people play Alliance. They're a bunch of metal whores. Horde is so much better. Environmentally, lore-wise, the characters
so
are cooler.
weird because I feel like you're such a min-maxer usually in games.
What?
You are,
Okay,
bro.
let me remind you of something. Okay, I went into a Valorant tournament. Did I practice a single time?
No, but,
Well, yeah, that's
no,
totally-
but the difference is you didn't want to be there, but then you won.
No, I said that because I didn't feel like I was welcome there. So I wanted to think, oh, I didn't want to be here. You know, it's like a tsundere thing, like an anime.
Right.
If I was a min-maxer, I would have practiced. But yeah, I just go into these tournaments and I won them without even trying, to be honest. Hence the OTK Valorant Invitational 2023 champion, also back-to-back Smite champion 2022. So
Man, it happened last year. You still talk about it, huh?
yes, sir.
That's crazy. Wow.
It's not the league champion though.
I mean, let's be real. WoW Classic came out 20 years ago, and we're still talking about that every day. So
It is, so it just hit its 19-year anniversary, like maybe like a couple of weeks ago. So you started playing 19 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
And how long did you play?
I played right up until Burning Crusade came out. And then I
Okay.
quit.
you quit?
Why?
Why?
I had 365 days, basically, a full year in game.
That's fucking impressive. Holy shit.
So I was like, I don't know, pretty exhausted. And all of the new things, it kind of felt like,
So like we were 17, right? So like you were still in high school?
yeah,
What did your parents think?
I think they were stoked.
They were happy that,
Yeah, they
that
were
you quit?
so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was like my only passion at that time was
Yeah.
playing that game. And I think there was part of it that, you know, they were like, okay, he's not doing drugs, so this is kind of epic.
Yeah.
Like super cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But it definitely ruined my schooling in the same way that drugs would have ruined my schooling.
I had the same thing happen. Yeah. Like I would min max, like I would see which progress, like I'd get my progress report of like what counts to my grade. And I'd be like, okay, I'm not doing this one, not doing that one, not doing this one. Okay, I'll do the test and that's it. Yep. Min maxing it just so I can go home and play WoW.
Yeah.
Never did homework. Exactly.
Yeah.
so
A lot of sleeping in class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was my job, basically.
Oh yeah. My dad, whenever I told my dad I was going to stop raiding, he actually took me out to Arby's or Wendy's to celebrate. He was like so happy. He's like, wow, you're actually going to stop. You're going to get a job now. I didn't. But you know, like, you know, he just for that one day, he was excited.
Taking you out to Wendy's is a crazy statement to say.
Yeah, I know. It's a nice place.
Dude, dining in at fast food restaurants, I just can't do it.
Really?
I don't like it at all.
It's got a good vibe, though. It's a
Really?
Yeah,
nostalgic
it's
vibe.
cozy.
Oh man,
Did you not
I
go
hate-
as a kid to fast food?
No,
Oh,
never.
that has to be why.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel, I'm just like, bro, why would I not just use the drive-thru and then eat in my room? You know, my house is always better than a fast food restaurant.
Well, because you don't have to throw the garbage away. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
the big reason. And it's like usually it's like in my house. Well, you know why I don't eat in my house. There's nowhere to
There's no
put the
room.
food. Yeah, there's no room.
And now, a word from our sponsors. I've just hacked my way into this podcast to tell you vital information about Cash App. We live in an age where no one can be trusted, not even yourself. Digital security has never been more important. But with real-time transaction alerts and card lock, Cash App can help you keep your money safe. Oh, you lost your credit card out on the streets? No problem. Boom! Lock it in with one simple tap on the application. And check this out. I just stole all of Jay's money. He's sitting there with no Cash App, living in a world of ignorance. And don't worry, Cash App also has Face ID, so you're even safe from the cyber freaks like myself who can hack into the International Space Station. It's no wonder Cash App is the #1 finance app in the US App Store. You can download it for free today and experience card lock, real-time transaction alerts, Face ID, and more, so don't stress about your money security any longer. Remember, you never saw me.
So starting to play WoW at 14, I know WoW fucked me up. Like, it made me a worse person, 1,000,000%. Did you have like any like weird stories or like weird people you met on the internet that molded you?
I mean, everyone who I was raiding with was older than me.
You raided?
Yeah.
What content did you clear when it was current? I didn't clear shit.
Yeah, no, we got all the way up to Nax. I think we
That's
got
a lot.
We killed the 4 horsemen in Nax, but that's as far as we
Did you
got.
get Armageddon?
Oh.
Was that?
Well,
The
of course.
two-handed sword that jumps out the 4
No, I was a Fury Warrior.
Well, the reason
so-
why you wouldn't have gotten it is because Armageddon is a two-handed sword that drops from 25-man 4 horsemen in the level 80 version of Nax. It didn't even exist.
See, I wouldn't even know that.
Jesus.
Have you seen that weapon though?
Encyclopedia.
It's about the coolest damn thing on earth.
It's not as cool as Corrupted Ashbringer.
Yeah. I will
Does
say,
that drop?
Yeah, that's the one that used to drop from 4
Corrupt
horsemen.
Ashbringer? Yeah. No, I got a
shit.
really good one-handed sword from that boss.
And you were a one-handed. I don't know. Actually, yeah, I don't. Iblis, Blade of the Seraph. I think that's one of the weapons in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could let.
Wait, what was it called?
Iblis, Blade of the Seraph. I think that's from Azuvius, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could go back and
So
forth.
you beat
A
Rag when it
million
was
different-
current or no?
What do you mean, current?
Did you beat Rag when Classic, or sorry, not when Classic, but when WoW actually came out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Tectone, if somebody's in Nax, they've done Rag.
No, I'm just making sure.
Like,
You know,
they've done it before.
I will say though, like I'm definitely not you guys. I definitely wasn't into like min-maxing or like being good at the game.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You were in Nax.
yeah.
You were raiding Nax.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
was clicking buttons.
So was
I
everybody else
sucked.
back
Yeah.
then.
Really?
Yes, they were all garbage. I went back and I watched the world first kill of Kel'Thuzad. Everybody sucked.
Okay.
Everybody was bad. I was like, what happened? How
That
are
makes
we-
you feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't
'Cause,
worry
yeah,
about it.
I mean, I don't know. There's so many people who come in stream now and they're
Right.
like, all of them have a piece of advice to
Oh,
improve
they
my
all know.
situation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, like I've been doing bad for so long.
Yeah. I think that's one of the best things about classic WoW is you have people that, especially whenever their advice is wrong. It's like, imagine it's a 19-year-old game and you're getting it wrong.
Oh, that's
Like-
that's the worst. Yeah, I've been playing for 1 year, and the amount of people I see backseating and they're wrong
Yeah.
is actually infuriating.
Oh, dude, I had the same thing where I was telling people that you should wait till 3 Sunder stacks for you to start blowing your load on bosses. People were like, no, just hit it at the same time. It doesn't fucking matter. Just hit them. No, you can't. I can't tell you how bad my parses are because in Classic WoW, you cannot DPS. It is the most infuriating thing because me and Shinya, great dude, by the way, one of my warrior buddies, we're not allowed to DPS until the main tanks get better geared. It's infuriating. I did not realize how bad it was. Like if I pop Recklessness, which is, it's really hard not to Death Wish and Recklessness off the rip, pop a Mighty Rage Potion and just pump. Because if you do that, you're dead.
Well, yeah, you describing that to me, I'm like, that's so stupid. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because in retail, it doesn't matter. In retail, you're like, oh,
Wow, okay.
taunt. You can't ever lose aggro.
Interesting.
I'm going to be honest. If you're losing aggro as your tank, you suck.
Soda
Like-
sucks then.
Well, no, is he's playing a druid, isn't he? No, he's playing a
He
warrior.
was playing warrior.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so here's the thing. Is like Soda is obviously very good, but whenever you're playing on hardcore, you've got to be like overly safe. Because whenever I played in Classic, whenever it came out, it's like, you remember people are min-maxing like crazy in 2019, whenever it first came out. And so now it's like people are trying to be extra careful and extra safe.
There's only one tank I've never pulled off of, and that's C-Dank.
Oh, yeah?
C-Dank is ridiculously good. I mean, stupid good.
Yeah.
That guy gets the games in ways I will never understand. And he's taught me so much about my class. Oh, bro, I love this game so much. It's so good. And I'm so glad I'm not tank. There was a little bit where I was a little bit bitter.
Yeah.
Being the pure DPS is the best decision ever made. You don't even have to think. It's just, well, don't pull threat. And you're good.
I will say back in the day, that was one of the coolest parts of the game was like if a warrior was good, if someone was good in your raid, like you didn't necessarily know why, like what made them so much better than everyone else. They were just like, you're so fucking good. But like the secret sauce wasn't out there. A lot of people didn't share it.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like you said, some people were like just extremely wrong, confidently wrong.
That's me.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that made it really special to not have the information.
Well, you remember back then, like you would like look it up on these random websites and there'd be like different people arguing about how to get Ashbringer. Like, no, you can't get it. It's not in the game. But like everybody's like, no, my friend's brother has it. And it's so good.
Yeah.
It's like all you have to do is fish under this bridge for 17 hours. Yeah, and all that stuff. Yeah, back in the day, like it's so hard to capture that with games now, right? It's like, I think that we had a little bit of that with like Elden Ring, right? Because the game had never come out. Like there was like,
no.
You didn't play Elden Ring.
No.
Did you play Dark Souls?
Yeah, number one.
Okay,
go.
all right, good.
That's probably one of the best ones. That's a good one.
That's
That
my
is-
favorite. Yeah.
That's
really
the good
good.
one. Yep, that's the best one. And yeah, it's like back then, like you just didn't have all this like, there weren't 15 people whose job it is to teach you how to play the video game on YouTube, right? And so all the information was wrong and you just had to learn it yourself. And it like going back and playing it again, I do kind of wish that we had that back. It would be so nice, but I don't know how you can do it.
I think you'd have to make like a red herring of a game where they just fucking, I mean, maybe kind of like the Baldur's Gate thing where it's like, it's so information dense and there's so much to like sort through that you almost have to just come across it randomly, whatever the
Did you ever play
theme.
PoE?
Path of Exile?
Yeah.
No.
That's that kind of game. It's
Really?
so complex. Like you'll have people, it will be a 30-minute video of a spreadsheet. And like all the comments are like, man, thank you so much. This video is amazing. I can't wait to play this. This looks so exciting. And like, that's it. And like, you'll have somebody who spent like 2,000 hours in the game, 5,000 hours, stream it professionally. You ask them, how well do you understand PoE? No, I don't really know what I'm talking about. That's the kind of game it is. It's fucking insane.
I love that.
So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, having like the no min maxing or anything like that, I think that's kind of actually why hardcore is kind of popular. Because like now you're playing hardcore and everything. How do you like it?
I like it a lot. I mean, I'm really scared to die. That's why I rolled a rogue. I'm like,
Smart.
I don't
Vanish.
Yeah.
Problem is, rogues just don't do anything. Like late game, they just
I
don't
know.
do shit.
I've been so fucking sad about it because Soda's been ranting about, it was Soda and Mizkif were like ranting about like how to properly tank a boss or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could do that. I could do it. I should have just chosen Warrior. But I'm like, yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to do some stupid shit in like, what is it, Blackwing Lair. We have to turn things off. That's about it.
The suppression room.
Yeah. It's like, I can't think of a specific role where I could really shine, and it's sad.
Just be top DPS. Or be the guy who unlocks the chest. Be lockpick.
Be lockpick.
Somebody open the box. Yeah.
I got it, guys.
What's in the box?
I'll be real. Being tank is so overrated. It's ridiculous. Oh, bro. Yes, dude. There is no better feeling than being top DPS. Like top.
Because then everybody in everybody else's chat is like, wow, he's so good. Oh my God. How's he doing so much damage?
It was sick because XQC and Soda did AQ20 last night, and their top DPS for the clear was Sony, who did around 526 DPS, and my chat knows I did 610 DPS in that fight. And they said, dude, Techie, if you were there, you would have been top DPS. And I'm like, yeah, I would have, huh, guys? Same thing with Shinya, bro. It's so cool, man. It's such a boys, like the boys parse club. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And Soda hated it because I started talking that way. And Soda's like, shut the fuck up.
Well, because he knows what happens is that once people start talking about numbers, then it's like, well, I can get a higher number than him. Let me just do a little bit more damage and maybe pull aggro and then die.
Then they fucking die,
Yeah, exactly.
and their whole raid's ruined.
Yep, that's right. That's whenever I get to come in and watch it. I fucking love that. I saw Poke die. Poke die like yesterday or last night.
Yep.
That was really sad.
Did you see that Soda was crying?
Oh, really?
Dead ass.
I mean, I don't blame him. Like, that was really bad.
It was really bad because I mean his reaction. I talked to him immediately after. I talked to him for like 2 hours afterwards.
Yeah.
He was fucked up because he felt like he let everybody down. He was blaming himself. So I went through the clip with him, and I'm like,
that mage, man. Like, I was actually mad watching it.
Absolutely.
Just to see that he existed.
Yeah, I mean,
and he didn't die.
That was
like, that's the worst part about it is like, that's why I never want to be a tank in hardcore, is because every single time things go wrong, everybody's like, all right, see you later, man. And the tank is just sitting there getting killed.
Yep.
It's bad.
And that was everybody was doing everything wrong except for him scenario. Because Pokelaws was playing everything right. He was DPSing Skull. The mage was polymorphing Skull. I don't believe Soda Pop and Pop shield wall, so people freaked out a little bit more. The Paladin bopped Soda at 60% for whatever fucking reason, so he aggro dropped.
No,
that's not what happened?
Nope, it was a good decision to bop Soda.
Wait, why?
It was good because if he had bopped Poke, then Soda could have gotten hit by a crushing blow. It's a dual wield mob with a secondary attack. So it could have, if it had done one crushing blow, Soda's not defense capped, it would have insta-gibbed Soda too.
That would have been hilarious though.
It would have been really funny, but it would have been, but like it was not a bad call.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't know about that shit. For me, I just know Soda has an alt. I know Pokey doesn't have an alt. I feel like it should have been like just Petri. Everyone just Petri. Like,
I mean, Poke gave me 50 gold like maybe a few days ago on stream, so I got to get him back.
Yeah.
I got to give that gold back. He needs it. I feel bad, man.
I really hope he does come back. I really don't think it's as hard to come back as he thinks it is. Because let's be real. Okay, you do what Emmy or Miz did. You get back to 40 in a day.
It's just demotivating. But I mean, the other thing is like you have to have people that are willing to do it.
Well, Poke is loved by Fangsley.
And I'm sure Rochat would help him too. But I mean, it's just demotivating because it's like, even though it's so fast, it's still, I mean, just 40 is like 15 hours of your life. And that's for Priest, which is probably one of the best power leveling classes.
Oh, wait, why is that?
Because of Holy Nova. Yeah, it pulls no threat in its AoE.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because then you get to 40, 15, maybe 20 hours. Nicholas to 50. That costs about 3-4K. He farms Mara. He probably has the money.
Yeah, I'm sure he's farming Maradon for that money.
Yep. And then, 50, 60 ZG boost. That takes about 13 hours.
What class was he? A rogue?
He was a warlock.
With even worse, because I hate this shit, he was like full bis. Like full bis. Like full bis. AQ ZG. He was missing maybe like 1 or 2 pieces. Felt horrible.
Yeah.
iDubbbz, have you had a character die yet in hardcore?
No.
Really? Okay.
Not at all?
Nice. What level are you?
37, right? 38?
38.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, all right. So you're actually pretty far along then.
Yeah, I haven't gotten mob tagged or boosted or whatever the phrases
So
are.
you've actually had to play the game.
I've played the game.
Jeez, I'm sorry, man. Oh,
All right.
boy.
We did play the game up to 40 ourselves, and then we were like, we're not streaming this again. No one wants to watch it. That's the only reason we got mob tagged. But
Hey,
before
that's
that,
I played the game all the way up to 60 back in 2006, okay?
Nice.
Like, yeah, I deserve this.
oh
It's
yeah,
fine.
you were getting mob tagged. Wait, were you? I mean, I feel like you don't really have a choice.
I have done
Even if-
nothing.
Even if you didn't want to get mob tagged, I feel like people would just do it anyway.
Well,
so-
yeah, of course, to fuck with me. No, I had, so there was this one fucking piece of shit. So we're in Westfall, and I swear to God, there are 4 crabs that you just re-kill over and over and over because they respawn fast. And there was another mage, and he was helping a lower level mage or priest or something like that hit the crabs, but I'm hitting them faster. And so then we're fighting over these tags for these 4 crabs for like an hour. I'm not even kidding you.
Dude,
and then
just layer.
no, they're gonna layer. And so so he comes over and the guy leaves. The booster stays. He's like level 33. He's stealing my crab kills just to spite me. And it's like, oh, I'm not going to layer now. Like, oh, you want to fucking do this? All right, let's see what's going to happen. So like, I'm sitting here fighting for these 4 fucking crabs for an hour and I'm beating him. And then so guess what he fucking does? He's multi-boxing he brings in a second mage that he's playing at the same time, and he's alternating one mage while he's trying to pull all of my tags, and then drinking on the second mage, and then having them tag team each other to waste my time. We do this for 3 hours. He finally leaves, and I'm like, thanks for the help, man. You know? And I think he's like a Chinese farmer or something like that. And the whole thing happened, and I just like, afterwards, I wanted to go to bed. Because like at that point, like I wasn't going to leave, right? I'm not gonna like, because if I leave, then he wins.
Yep.
So I can't fucking leave. But it's like, God, this is wasting so much time, but I can't fucking let him win. He didn't win though.
Was this like yesterday or something? Or?
It's like a week ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a week ago. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know. I was gonna say I can't differentiate between like a week ago and I guess 20 years ago or 19 years ago.
Yeah,
at
me
this
either.
point. I'm
Isn't
like,
that fucked up?
yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
when you're talking about this game,
Back then, I would have done the same stupid thing. I would have been up till like 1 a.m. Mom would have come in. Hey, go to bed. No, I've got to kill the fucking crabs.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's
Were you
exactly
on stream
right.
when that happened?
No, I wasn't. I did all this for free.
That was off stream.
This is all. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's,
no one was watching.
Nobody
Wow.
was
What's the
watching.
point,
No,
man?
I'm an asshole. Even
crazy.
even by my. It's not a show, guys. Yeah, exactly. And
I remember you made a comment on the subject of streamers where you said that gamers and streamers are like way different. What did you mean by that?
Wait, on what?
You were saying like you've hung out with like gamers before when you
Oh,
came to
yeah.
yeah.
is it like the words they use?
No. No, not even that. I think there's a lot of crossover with the words gamers and streamers used.
It sure is.
No, I think that was just more so a comment on the volume of streamers and the, it's a game in and of itself.
Yeah.
Whereas gamers are just like, I don't know, they're fucking, I don't know. Like, I will say it was sort of mixed going into the room with all of the OTK people for the guild meeting.
Yeah.
Because
You said you didn't like that. You said it was boring as fuck, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It was really boring for you?
I mean, when I first got there, no. I was nervous, so it wasn't boring because I was nervous.
Right.
But when it's into like hour 2 of this fucking presentation, and I'm looking around and Mizkif is like fucking writing shit on his paper still, and like fucking open mouth staring at the screen, and I'm like, the camera isn't even on him, and he's doing this. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I look over, someone else, Emmy's taking notes. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean, I gotta know.
yeah, well, it's
I gotta
crazy
know
because
what's
I'm
going
like,
on. I've never played it.
Okay, so what were the notes on?
It was all the early raid dungeons. So like Blackrock
All right,
Spire.
what does Baron Rivendare do?
I don't
Final
fucking
boss of
know.
Stratholme.
Final boss of
Undead.
Stratholme.
Undead guy on a pony. Purple
Undead
pony.
guy on the pony.
Man.
Isn't that the guy that like with the room with all the dudes that run at the party so you need to stay grouped and the mage kills everyone?
Some
Kind of.
mage killing everyone is more accurate.
Well, see, this is why I took the notes because we went over like 8 fucking dungeons. I was like, I need to write this down so I can read
there's
it later.
skeletons in his room.
5 of them.
and
What happens when you kill the skeletons?
They explode.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
explode into a green cloud.
Into skeleton bones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can see the notes really worked. Mhm. Yeah,
I,
absolutely. So how long did this shit go on for? Because I wasn't there to see it.
Oh, it was 7 hours.
What the fuck? Are you
Yep.
kidding me?
Nope.
Okay. Name one boss in Molten Core besides Ragnaros.
We didn't go over Molten Core.
No,
We
It was a
didn't.
trick
But you don't-
question.
What?
Oh, trick question. Yeah, go to that. Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
We're going over MC next big guild meeting. Which, please, I'm asking you,
Mhm.
you should go.
Oh, I don't know.
I think if you go, because
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on
Mhm.
with Soda.
Yeah.
I would really like you at the raid.
Uh-huh.
Because I would really like to raid with you one time.
Does Soda not want him rating? Or
It's
So-
because he doesn't think that he's earned it.
So basically, this is the problem, is that whenever I was like, I don't know, are these guys going to be able to do it or not? And then like, I think like Miz was dying and I was like, okay, well, I might as well just make a character. And like, the thing is with like my community is full of a bunch of animals, right? And that's just the way it is. And so I was like, I'm going to make, you know how like the Lich King is supposed to be like the controller of the damned and the scourge and make sure they don't go out and attack everybody. Well, I thought about myself the same way with like these kinds of people. So I'm like, I'm just going to control all of them, and that way they don't go and harass Tectone or Emmy or somebody else, right? And so I'm going to deal with all of these people, and they're spam opening trade with me. They're trying to challenge me to duels to the death. I'm like level 3. They're like opening different stuff. They're like talking about, like, I remember basically like the classic WoW players, whenever I realized that like the server was bugged and broken, whenever we had so many people, is I told people, jump if you think the 2020 election is rigged, and nobody jumped. And I knew that the server was broken at that point, right? Those are the kinds of people that I deal with. And so I went and I made my own guild, and I leveled my character up, and I was going to raid with them. I had talked to Miz a little bit about it, right? But it was just kind of like an understanding. And then Soda's like, oh, you're not going to raid with us. I'm like, okay, all right, that's fine. We'll raid with Roach out. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to get 60 or not. We'll see.
I hope you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I get it. That's the thing with Soda's things. Is that Soda's a big guy where like, I understand why he says and does certain things. I totally get it.
He does whatever the fuck he wants. Yes, it's not a big deal.
Exactly.
It's a fucking video game.
100%. But it's like, it is more than a video game. Because if it was just a video game, Soda wouldn't have cried when Poke died.
Did he did not cry.
All my life. He was like sobbing.
I will say there is like a bit of pressure to take these deaths more seriously.
But it's Soda. Soda doesn't do that. Do you think? I don't think Soda's one of those guys.
What do you mean?
Like Soda, I don't think Soda's going to be like, oh, this will be really good content. Let me do this. I mean, shit, maybe
no. I just mean for me.
Oh,
watching like Soda react in that way and other people being like, oh, man, this sucks, dude. I'm just like, it's kind of funny though. Like, there's a clip of it.
Every time that somebody dies in my guild, everybody spams rip bozo, rest in piss, you won't be missed. Like, fuck you, get this loser out of here. And then like all the officers are like going down the guild thing to kick him out of the guild as fast as possible. Wow. So that's the way our guild is. We did have one guy though that was very well liked, and he died, and everybody was like, well, this actually kind of sucks.
Hog?
Who?
Hog? Or no, was it not Hog?
No, even he laughed at himself. No, yeah, he thought that shit was funny. Like, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking.
That was a stock age, no?
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, that shit was dumb as shit.
It was so stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was actually like a faked death. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
There's a level 50 that died on S-Fan's stream today in the, it was like a shallow pool in, in like the mage section of Stormwind or something.
Yeah.
He was just doing /dance, and he was basically dancing for money.
Yeah.
And this like level 50 night elf was just like a corpse all of a sudden. He was like, what the fuck? When did that happen?
Wait, so somebody died in Stormwind?
Yeah.
Was it like the sewer beast? Like that alligator that attacked?
No. They drowned.
Huh?
Oh,
What an idiot.
Yeah. Level 50 drowned.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Like level fucking, I watched a level 60 mage auto running over to like the, the ZG island. He was like auto running through the water, and he just drowns and dies in the raid. It's the saddest fucking thing I'd ever seen.
Russell almost auto ran off a cliff. Did you ever see that clip?
Yep.
No, I didn't.
Into Ungoro.
He was like 40 or 50, somewhere in there.
He clipped into a mountain so he didn't fall off.
Oh my God.
Yep. I did my first lava run in BRD yesterday. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you have not done lava runs yet, you are going to love it. It is like exhilarating. You have this add-on that tells you, you have like a I don't know how many frames it is, maybe like 4 or 5 frame window to like jump. Otherwise the lava hits you for 600, and you have to swim for like 30 seconds in this shit. And then you also descend exactly on a cliff, because if you don't stand exactly on the point of the cliff, then like 7 elementals like aggro on you. But it saves you like 40 minutes of BRD. And I did that like 4 or 5 times last night to get my Hand of Justice. I didn't get the Hand of Justice. So I have to do it again, which, by the way, holy fuck, I want that trinket so bad. But there's so many cool things. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah. I'm farming SGC as well, Savage Gladiator's Chainmail, which is 2% crit and a fuck ton of stats. I'm on run 27. Not only have I never seen the item drop, I've never even seen the right boss spawn. So I have a feeling I'm going to be in there for a very long time. I'm going to be living in BRD. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, I'll have that.
You won't.
I will.
Okay. All right. We'll see what happens.
I'll have it today.
Okay. All right. I mean, look, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. I feel like with a lot of that kind of stuff, like those types of farms, I wish WoW was more like that now. Like, did you play retail, like Dragonflight at all?
No.
No. Okay. Why not?
I was living life.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Respect.
other things to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like back in the day, they had like these dungeons that felt like real dungeons. Like the world felt like it mattered. There was like, I don't know. I wish there were more games like that nowadays, right? For like a lot of MMOs, I think that one thing that Classic WoW does better than any other MMO, at least that I've played, is that it makes it to where your progress begins at level 1, not whenever you hit the max level. You know, like that's one thing for me I just really like about the game.
You said that you were living life. So 14, you played WoW until 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You quit WoW cold turkey. There must have been a reason. And what did you go to do? What do you consider living life?
Must have been a reason.
Yeah, we know.
The fucking Burning Crusade came out, and I was like, everything's different. I think the key factor for me was kind of like Asmon was saying, like it was like important from level 1. Like you start grinding for shit.
Yeah.
And I had there were so many like random items that I like got along the way that I was like keeping in my bank and stuff. And it was like, I was building on this character, and I was so relieved when I reached 60 because I was like, I made it to the end. I can just be the best in this game at the end. I can have all this shit. And then they just added an extra 10 levels. I'm like, everyone's caught, like these fucking losers who have just started the game can catch up to me. Fuck this, I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I understand that.
When did you start YouTube? I thought you were going to say you started YouTube or some shit.
No, I started YouTube like 2012.
So then you would have been, what, 21, 22?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
What got you to start YouTube? I think the first video I ever saw you was probably, shit, I don't know. It was either you saying that you were gay or you doing a content cop.
Right. No, the first thing I did on YouTube was I wanted to be a gaming channel. So I played a bunch of indie games.
Yeah.
And that was like kind of my niche for a while. There were so many like, small development studios that didn't get any attention, but they were making awesome games. This one game in particular, it was like these anthropomorphic rabbits that like did karate and they fought each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was called Overgrowth. I think the game, I think most of the work for it was done when I was playing it, but it's kind of a joke now because they were supposed to make like a full-fledged game, but it was mostly like what is that called? Like a tech demo or something like that. That's what the game feels like. So I was playing games like that, and I was just like trying to, get some views. And then I just started, oh yeah, there you go.
Overgrowth, but it's, damn.
Wait,
this shit
2022? It's still going?
Yeah, you can.
Damn, that shit looks terrible, bro.
But in 2012, I bet that was lit.
What the hell?
Sorry, man. Sorry.
You don't like that? Look at these guys. Oh, he just cut his throat. And he just, look at that.
Damn. Are you
furry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bear.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'm a big cat.
Oh, that's
big
sick.
feline.
I thought I was an equine at first. I thought you made up your own.
Yeah.
But I took the quiz. I'm bear.
I am curious because you've had a huge, almost like a metamorphosis of where you started to where you are now as far as like the content and maybe even like the person who you are.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? Like, what made you decide to do content cop in the back and now you're fucking beating up people?
Oh man, I don't know. I definitely didn't want people to I don't know if it's like a chip on my shoulder or whatever, but I didn't want people to say that I'm like a one-trick pony or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I felt like, if I in some ways got ahead of it and did different things, interesting things, I would feel good about myself and where I was headed. So that's kind of why I just, that's why I did the boxing thing, I guess, as an example.
Yeah.
That's probably the craziest thing I've done.
I think it's a really good idea. I think a lot of creators feel that way. I hated being called the Genshin guy. I don't know how you felt about being called the WoW guy or you being called the League girl. I hate that shit.
Now I'm the React guy.
But at the same time, it's it might be the motivation for doing it might not be the best. Be like, I don't want to be known as just this or whatever. But I think ultimately what comes out of it, I think I guess the means justify the ends, or maybe vice versa, where like, I think you just grow as a person when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations and you kind of challenge yourself. And I guess for me, it's like, I did it, but I don't think it was for the right reasons necessarily at the beginning.
Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy I did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to get a win though.
Yeah.
Who cares, man? I still think it's just cool that you're doing it.
Yeah.
What is like, you say you put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Is there any incredibly uncomfortable situation that comes to mind that you put yourself through? With content or something else?
Oh, yeah. I mean, certainly. Yeah,
that
with
you're
content.
comfortable talking about or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable talking about any of it. I mean, if there's something specific that you want to talk about, we can talk about it. But
Well, no, I mean,
I don't want to like, yeah.
Of course. Well, I'm going to just be real.
Uh-huh.
I thought your content costs were so fucking sick.
Okay. No, hey, I appreciate that.
Like, I mean,
I thought they were
like,
sick at one point too.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I was, that was a long time ago. I was like a high schooler because I'm 29.
Okay.
That shit was like cannot miss content. Like the one you did on Keemstar, the one you did on Leafy, bro. That shit is so fucking funny. I mean, for me, I don't know everything that went around it, but like,
Totally.
like it was like it was kind of like it was like a special event. It's like back when H3H3 used to make like the best React videos.
Yeah, of course.
On the whole platform. You made like whatever your opinion was on him, it was pretty essentially like, this guy's a piece of shit. I'm going to talk about it.
Hey, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I think that's super valid. I mean, I think something that people maybe forget is that like I made those videos. I feel the same way, generally speaking, about like, you know, the people I made videos on. But there's a lot of like, I want to say, if you watch any hate videos, there's a lot of embellishment that people do. And I've been able to see a lot of it from like the other side now.
Yeah.
Because I've just gotten like a ton of hate. And I've watched some of these videos. I'm getting to the point now where I could like do it without like having a panic attack. But I'll go through this fucking like hour-long video. I'm like, shit, like you literally didn't have anything to say. Like there's no new information being brought up or anything. It's just like creative ways to talk about someone for an hour or 2 hours. And I think in a lot of ways, that's what I did. I don't think, you know, people are bad necessarily for like watching it and enjoying it because I enjoyed that, you know? Like I enjoyed like making that video or those types of videos. And I think just I care about different things now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like certain things used to irk me when I was 18. Now that I'm 33, they don't irk me as much.
I totally understand that. Like, I used to get so fucking mad at my mom for giving people gold in WoW. I said, this lazy bitch didn't earn it. He didn't do anything to get this. Why are you giving them money? And like now, well, I'm the lazy bitch. But besides that, it's like, it's a fucking video game. Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. Like whenever I hear about like, you know, what a content creator does, right? The list of bad things that they did, they lied to their fans. I remember, I think Ice Poseidon had a girlfriend without telling his fans. Are you fucking kidding me? This is a joke? What is this? And then, oh, somebody had somebody else play a video game for them, but they pretended it was them playing the video game. Oh, I don't know. If I was in middle school, I'd be fucking furious about that.
Yep.
But nowadays, it's like, yeah, it's kind of stupid, but does this really warrant a 45-minute video? Like, I mean, do we really need to find out where they live?
I love that your examples are like a lot of the time rooted in the game. Oh, that is so fucking cool.
Well, they're also real examples, right? Yeah, you know. And so,
oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's just like it's very weird, right? Like, what is the ethics, right? Or like, what are the pillars of virtues of being on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. And like, I think always like people get upset whenever it's like there's a person who was making content and then they change their content and then they're like, well, I'm not about that anymore, because then they take it personally as if like they're wrong, right? Yeah. I think that's what it is.
That's totally what it is. That's something that I think put too much thought into is like me denouncing any like past content that people would take that as,
You're denouncing them.
Yeah, that I'm denouncing them. Like, and it's like, no, like that was me too. Mm-hmm. And you guys don't have to like, I mean, if you still like the content, that's fine. You know, like give
Oh,
it
yeah.
give it 5 years. Give it.
I used to
few
be
months.
way more of an incel whenever I was 19.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
now,
absolutely.
now I just, no, I'm not. I don't feel that way anymore. That's just the way it is. And it's like, if you're 19, it's like, yeah, I remember that. For sure, man. Have fun. Yeah. It's just how it is. But like, do you think that like, you've been making content for fucking ever. Do you think the internet has like fundamentally changed, or do you think there's still that like audience for that super edgy content? Because like now you see a lot more like kind of clean content, but is that just because of sponsors or, advertising?
No, I don't think so. I mean, obviously what is edgy is constantly moving.
It sure is.
Right? So that's a bar that changes. That's like what comedians have to kind of look at and play with, is jumping on either side of that and just playing right on the edge. And I don't really think anything's changed too much. I think the comments about like things being advertiser friendly or whatever, like surely that's like important if you're trying to make a living on it. But I see plenty of people making a living being edgy, because you can always do and you you can do the woe is me thing. I've seen plenty of people do it, which is like people basically say like, this type of content that I'm making doesn't have ads on it, or YouTube's not allowing me to put ads on my content, therefore support me on these other platforms.
Yes.
So like that's a really powerful tool, and people can do that if they're making edgy content.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily like a great excuse.
If you want me to be honest, I actually think that's a good thing. Being funded directly by your audience. I think that's better than advertisers in a lot of ways, right? It's safer. It actually and this is a problem, right? Is that there are very few ways that creators are really accountable, really for anything other than if they get banned. But besides that, people just keep doing the same stuff. They can fuck up, do something really bad, and nobody really gives a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so having it to where they're actually monetized by their audience makes them accountable to the people that they're making content for. I think it's the best thing possible, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So you really don't think the internet's changed that much over the years?
I really don't. I mean, we can maybe talk about examples.
Yeah, like for example, back when I was a kid, I would tell everybody on Lich, you're fucking retarded. Please kill yourself.
Right.
Right. But these days, you can't say that.
But here's the thing, is that I used to think like you did.
Yeah.
But then I played Warzone and I queued into random lobbies. Every single one of them were using words that would get us demonetized. And this was and they were doing it constantly. And it was just nothing has changed. It's I went from playing a lobby of Halo 2 in 2004 to Warzone in 2021. Exact same thing. I don't think anything's really changed a lot at all. I think that the difference is that it's not promoted as much and you can get in trouble for it more.
I guess that's fair. You don't think there was a big wave for the past 2-3 years? Maybe it was just me, because I played this game called Genshin back for a little bit, where they're kind of moral polices.
Well, it's the demographic.
Yeah, do you think that's what it is?
The demographic of Genshin, and then a lot of us were kind of aging out of certain, areas that would be more edgy, but they still exist. We're just not in them anymore.
Yeah, because back when the past 2-3 years, I felt like there was this massive wave of SJWs being don't say this, don't say that. You say someone's retarded, you're ableist. You say someone's killing themselves, that's a serious crime. For example, when Vebe said, see you later, retards, that was a huge deal. For me, I did not give a single fuck.
But whenever you say it's a huge deal, what you mean by that is that there was a tweet that had 500 likes that it was 6 people gave a shit about.
It was a lot of people.
But if you asked anybody that watches her, did this happen? They probably won't even know, right?
That's fair.
That's the thing is I think that people usually, and this kind of goes back to finding things to hate somebody off of. They usually wait for a person to fuck up, and then they act like that fuck up is way worse than what it is.
Also, when you see a big number on Twitter, I think it's easy to be oh wow, a hate tweet with 30,000 likes. That's actually so small in the scope of things. I remember there's one about me that I don't even remember how many it got. Like maybe it was like 15 to 30. It was hating me for saying I was a landlord. And I was a terrible person for being a landlord because I joked to Schlatt that one time on our other podcast that I was a landlord. I'm not. And they were like, dude, I can't believe people support her because she's a landlord. And I was like, well, I'm not.
Yeah.
And it was all these people being like, yeah, landlords are terrible fucking people.
Maybe I have a really hard time understanding that. Because, like, for example, I was losing my fucking mind the other day because I said a comment on stream to where I said lolicons are pedophiles.
It was 13K. I'm thinking of another post then.
Yeah. I made a comment the other day where I said lolicons are pedophiles.
Right.
And then there was a post with 6,000 likes saying that I was a horrible person for saying that. And I was like, how the fuck?
They hated him because he spoke the truth.
Yeah, and I'm just like, how is there that many people that disagree with this shit?
Well, what kind of people do you think are disagreeing?
Yeah, who do you think is disagreeing? Yeah,
Well,
go check their profile. Actually, have the FBI check their profile.
Yeah, guess what the profile picture was?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, Zhang Wei.
Zhang Wei?
Yeah, from Genshin Impact.
What?
Yeah, it was, it's very strange to me how clear I see the world. And I think I understand these things. And I feel like there are things that should just be common sense. But it just feels like that's not how some people think. And it's very strange to me how things that just seem so simple and straightforward are not understood. And I'm sure I'm not an exception. I'm sure there's probably things that I think that are fundamentally wrong. But I feel like I see things so black and white, and sometimes these people just have these weirdest fucking opinions that I cannot wrap my head around. And maybe I just shouldn't.
There was a hate thread about me recently because I said Twitch culture was for losers. And then obviously, and it's like, if I say something like this, in no point do I expect that everybody's going to be like, oh, you go girl. Obviously, it's going to make people mad. Yeah, no shit, because there's people that think they're part of the Twitch culture. And like, I'll read tons of these comments and people just get so fucking mad. And it's like, they'll invent these things that I did or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of on board with what you were saying. There is this
I was right about everything. I wrote out a 5-page notepad document about all the different ways that I was right. I'm going to make a video about it.
That's so poggers.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, yeah. But that's just how it is, right? I'm not really going to get upset about this because it's like, whenever you worry about this stuff too much, I think it just kind of like makes more of it happen, right?
Oh, yeah,
and like
for
the more
sure.
that you fight it, because like, I feel like for you is like, the more that you try to say no, the more other people try to say yes.
Yeah. If you, I've found over time, if you take a certain position, you're almost like inviting people to take the opposite position.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that happens a lot. But I think to the point of you saying that whatever it was, Twitch viewers are losers, or
Twitch culture is for losers.
Yeah.
Twitch culture is for losers. Yeah, I think, to be honest, that's like a good example of, there's probably people who are like offended or upset about that in any capacity. I imagine there's like we can sort of picture like a pie chart of like how many people are offended because they're on Twitch and they took personal offense or some shit like that. It's probably like pretty small. I would venture to guess like a large majority of people are like, well,
they didn't like me to begin
Pokey
with.
would get roasted, or Pokimane would get roasted. Yes, exactly, for saying something similar.
Yeah.
And I think there's a position where, you know, a lot of people are more offended about that being the way that it is, rather than necessarily the content
So it's
itself.
kind of like what Emmy was saying, is like, they're not really mad at Emmy, they're mad about landlords.
Society,
exactly,
culture.
Yeah.
Yes, all of it.
It's like, this is just simply a platform for them to talk about their issue, you know, their problem. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So you said you've been doing YouTube for a long time. How long have you been doing streaming for?
Like 6 months.
6 months.
Wow.
Okay. How's that been? And do you also think Twitch culture is for fucking losers?
I don't.
You don't have 7 TV. That's right. You don't have. Okay.
Neither
so
does Asmon.
Yeah.
I don't use any of that shit.
I look at his chat and I'm like, he has no fucking idea these are emotes right now.
Yeah, no, because you actually have a lot of emotes in your chat.
Really?
Yeah, but I just don't think, you just don't know it.
No, why would I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said like if we ever go over
I like
again.
your faces, you're recoiling.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
you have
disgusting.
Freaks.
no idea. I said if we ever go over again, I'm just gonna install it on his browser, and he's not gonna
my
know how to take it
God.
off.
No, I won't. Yeah, it'll be there forever. Exactly.
Yeah. Do you like it, or do you like making YouTube content more?
I think I like making YouTube content more, but I'm starting to like understand things. It's a very confusing platform to get onto.
What are you confused about?
Well, the emote culture is one of them.
True.
I'm just like, I don't fucking get it. It doesn't make me fucking happy to look at the
See, guys?
emotes in chat.
See, it's not just me. Hear that?
You just need to see them and like.
I mean, if it's that in lieu of like a fucking like a hate comment or something that's popping in, I'm like, okay, that would be cool. But it doesn't make it makes like the pieces of shit like stand out. You know what I mean?
Like glitter.
So I'm like, oh, cool. All the nice people are doing Pog U or whatever. And then it's just like, you're a fucking cuck. Kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's
shit's
like,
good. I love those
awesome.
guys.
I love that.
I feel like there's a couple emotes that you need to enable. Okay, I feel like nails is a big one. You ever seen nails?
It's
No.
the stupidest fucking emote I've ever seen.
It's this
Like,
orange guy biting his
I
nails.
feel like
It's
you
a-
like all the emotes that feel kind of like Zoomer emotes.
Yeah, they're good. They're funny as shit. Or happy. Happy's a really fun one.
Which one's that?
Joopy Jedge.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
I can't see those really being used in either of their streams. Oh, that wasn't like a personal attack. I don't know.
Well, it was,
that is
but
fun.
that's okay. Look at that.
wow,
that is cool.
that's just what
Right?
just what I need.
Right? It's good. So like whenever Asmongold's about to give like his take on
Right.
whatever happened in the world, because
Yeah.
man
Makes
nails.
sense.
It's good. Pause champ. And can you pull up Joopy Jedge too or Happy? They're just I live for emotes. Now I will say it does drive me fucking nuts because I have 1,000 emotes enabled in my chat. 1,000, which is absurd.
Right.
There are some times where my chat just becomes there's no words for minutes, sometimes even hours, maybe even a whole stream. There's not a single thing typed in my chat besides just an emote.
Right.
And it does remove the back and forth, the dialogue between streamer and chat, which is probably the biggest downside. Now, that being said, it also does make it very easy for people to interact because they're like, oh, everybody's spamming this emote. I'll do it too. And then, boom, you have a first-time chatter. Maybe they'll come back. But there's a lot of positives and not negatives. I don't think you need to. I just think it's fun, personally.
Yeah, I guess to the point of
Oh, that's not it.
That's not the right emote, but that's a cute frog, isn't it?
it being for losers. There is a part of my brain, like if I'm ever in someone's chat and it's like your chat or Mizkif's or whoever's has like a bunch of, it's just like nonstop. I'm like, I am a fucking loser if I post any type of emote or anything in this because I know it's not going to be seen. I'm just like, what am I contributing to?
You know what you gotta do? You gotta be the one who makes the train start. Right? You gotta be the first one to do it. And then everybody else like, oh, dude, he's right.
Everybody put the frog in chat right now.
Yeah, dude.
Do you get anything out of it? Does that give you a channel badge?
Yeah, sometimes you get banned.
What's that?
Yeah, sometimes you get banned.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Yeah, but it's not about what I get. It's what people think they get. Like, for example,
Yeah.
when people got angry at Asmon saying Twitch culture for losers, I was told to react. Like, what did he mean by that? Why did he say that? And I'm like, okay.
Like I was talking about you.
Yeah. So I pulled up, do you know what AGDQ is?
Yeah.
Yep. So I pulled up AGDQ compilation, which is just about the most cringy. You've seen AGDQ?
Wow.
Yeah. It's just
I know.
Is that the speedrunning?
Yep. It's a
Okay.
bunch of Twitch chatters live in an audience, and it is the most cringe shit. And I love it. I love GDQ, but it is the most cringe shit you will ever see because people who say emotes out loud, and don't get me wrong, I've said poggers in real life before.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's rough, but it happens because I when I stream for 12, 13 hours every day, it'll just happen. But it is fucking lame. I also think being a part of fandoms in general is really fucking lame. I think if you say that, oh, I'm from the My Hero Academia community, I mean, just like, holy shit, bro.
Is that still
I
around?
think that's kind of cool.
Why is that?
They're part of a club, like part of a group. They have their own culture.
Yeah, they
you
have
say poggers.
a hobby.
I say it frequently. It just
I
happens
mean, it's
every
cool.
day.
If I was in a fucking Costco or something and some bald dude walks past me and says, poggers, at some fucking cashews, that would be a great story. I'd love to share that.
Yeah, like a calling card. You're like, oh, he's one of my people. So who do you watch on Twitch? I really like Mizkif.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that red flag.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hey everybody, it's me, Emmy, World of Warcraft Priest, and I'm here to tell you about today's sponsor, Vessie. Vessie has created a series of stylish, 100% waterproof shoes and other clothing that can help turn rainy days into something to look forward to. Using the power of advanced Dymatex technology, the days of avoiding walking through puddles are over. But they're not just waterproof, they're capable in other ways too, and here to show you that is Asmon. Okay, thanks, Asmon. What you just saw there are the Soho sneakers. They're 100% waterproof and feature grippy outsoles, a synthetic leather exterior, and waxed finished laces. On the other hand, the Ultra High tops are perfect for this upcoming winter season. They won't just keep your socks dry, but they'll also keep your feet warm too. These puppies feature tire-like traction, snug fit security, and a foot temperature rating as low as -5 degrees Celsius. Vessie stocks other accessories besides shoes too. I'm wearing the Overcast jacket, but they've also got waterproof gloves, beanies, socks, you name it. Additionally, Vessie makes it their mission to help provide fresh water where it's needed the most, so you're also supporting a great cause. Don't get drenched this rainy season. Shop Vessie. You can visit vessie.com/steakeggs to grab your own Vessie gear today. That's vessie.com/steakeggs. Link is in the description. Thank you, Vessie, for sponsoring our podcast.
Oh, speaking of big things that have happened on Twitch, have you tried Pokemon's cookies?
I have not.
Why are those there? Because I don't like how they're there. Can we eat them or what?
Did these get sent to?
Are we being sponsored?
These aren't the ones that I brought last time. This is a fresh bag.
Yeah, because I took those home.
So,
I made a sweet post.
I mean, they're all right? I mean, it's not like they're not awful.
Jay just posted a note. If you're broke, you cannot eat the cookies.
Oh, yeah, are you broke?
I'm not, no.
Oh,
well,
okay.
actually, yeah, I can't eat the cookies.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, I can't eat them.
Okay.
I feel like you should try one. I'm not broke.
I'll try one.
Yeah,
Maybe broke boys can have one bite.
Yeah. These are $7 for the bag. Here you go. Let me know what you think. Live iDubbbz reaction. Look at that, man. 3 times the price of an Oreo. Is that 3 times as good as an Oreo?
Well, you're putting words in. Let him eat the fucking cookie.
So sorry. Don't mean to barrage you. That wasn't very PogChamp of me.
Yeah, that wasn't very poggers of you, Tectone.
Yeah, I mean, that gets the job done.
Yep.
I like to do a handful of those and turn them into an Oreo paste in my mouth.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're all right. I mean, Oreo's better. I like Oreos better. It's like they're not the worst cookie ever. And I remember I made a video at the beginning whenever the cookies got announced, and like people were like, basically Pokimane broke into their bank account and stole $28 fucking from them right off the bat. And I was like, guys, you don't like it, just don't eat the fucking cookie. It's not a big deal. And then everybody was like, simp. Oh, I can't believe it. Why would you do this? You can never see it. Yeah, and I was like, it's not a big deal, right? It's just a fucking cookie. But for some people, it's a really big deal, right? It's like, well, after everything that she's done, it's like, oh God, which 1 hour video essay am I gonna have to watch about this now?
I just can't do it, man. Influencers cannot make good food. They can't. They cannot. Mr. Beast Crunch Bars. You like those?
No, not Mr. Beast Crunch Bars.
Yeah, Feastables fucking suck.
No.
Those cookies, they're cookies. They're overpriced. Prime fucking sucks.
No, but there's like 12-year-olds that don't think so.
Yeah, there is 12-year-olds. Maybe I'm too old and too bitter, but I tried all of them. They taste like battery acid. Besides the orange one, which was palatable.
Okay.
You had the purple one?
I tried all of them.
Oh my God, I had the purple one at the gym once, and I literally took 1 sip and threw it away.
Yep.
Ooh.
They're just not good.
It was syrupy.
But I think that, I mean, the kids do like these things.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like they're made for kids. Like people like us aren't going to be buying a bunch of them.
Okay.
It's smart because they're getting in early, and this shit's going to be nostalgic, like classic WoW for these kids.
Yeah.
Remember
And
Prime? Remember Logan Paul?
Yeah. Oh man, that's someone's drink for life.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And don't get me wrong. I like Mr. Beast. I like Pokimane. I even like Logan Paul. That's a hot take. I think he's fine. He's been doing a lot of great work in professional wrestling. I fucking love professional wrestling.
I've seen clips of him in professional wrestling. Finally, he's found his calling.
Yep. No, he's
Yes.
stupid good.
He's great.
He's a natural. But I don't understand this whole it's made for kids thing. Because I'm like, what's another food that was made for kids that I shouldn't like? Because I like every other candy. I like every other
there
chocolate.
are a lot of things. So like kids, for example, have you ever had like a lot of icing and it kind of like bothered your mouth?
Yes.
Well, the reason why that happens is because your taste buds are fully developed. And before your taste buds get fully developed, and I'm sure I'm probably wrong about this in the comments, but this is my understanding, is that if your taste buds are not fully developed, you won't have that sensation yet. So I do think that there are actual differences in the way that like kids eat things and adults eat things. Like a legit thing.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Not a doctor.
Side note, we talked about Logan Paul wrestling a couple seconds ago. Do you like professional wrestling or do you don't care about it?
Yeah, I mean, I've grown to appreciate it. I think when I was younger, I was like, yeah, fake, cool. It's cool how fake it is.
Yeah.
Y'all are like passionately in the stands, you know, cheering for whoever.
Yeah.
It's fake. I want to fucking run up to all of them and say, it's fake. Santa isn't real.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it now. It's a big play. It's cool.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of professional wrestling. There's this guy 9 years ago. He was the biggest, most popular wrestler besides The Rock and John Cena in the whole world. His name was CM Punk.
What does this CM stand for?
That's a huge thing.
Centimeter?
So it's either Chicago Made, Cookie Monster, or Chick Magnet. It's one of those three.
Okay.
And he'll never say which one it is.
Okay.
But it's one of those three.
Because if he says it, then it like kind of ruins it, right? Yeah.
Yep. But his gimmick was that he was the best wrestler in the world. And when I was a kid, I believed it. I was like 18. I was in college. And the only reason why I was excited to wake up was like, I get to watch CM Punk wrestle. He was my favorite thing ever. And unfortunately, they fired him 9 years ago on his wedding day. That's how much they hated this guy because he, in his words, had the balls to say things that nobody else had the balls to say. You know, like he would break the fourth wall. He would call out
like
other
the earth
companies.
is flat or like what?
Oh, so like essentially, it is a play. It is theater. So like you're in character, but he would break character frequently and directly address the camera and say like, yeah, this is a direct quote. Vince McMahon is the CEO of the WWE. And he was really pissed off one day. He turns to the camera and says, and maybe WWE will be better when Vince McMahon is dead, but unfortunately, the company's going to go to his idiot son-in-law and his doofus daughter, Stephanie and Triple H, Paul Levesque. It was insane. It like blew up the internet. Everybody was talking about it. It was a huge ordeal. And then finally, WWE became mainstream because before it fell off after the Attitude Era because once, you know, a lot of people found out, oh, it's fake. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. Everybody was just like, oh, this shit's for pussies. But for me, I always knew it was redneck anime. It was very obvious. Like, it was just like, okay.
That's a good way to see it.
Yeah. 9 years later, 2 nights ago, he came back to WWE and shook the hand with Paul Levesque, Triple H, who's now the new CEO of WWE. And it's a big fucking deal.
Wow.
Like a huge fucking deal because WWE is actually getting popular again, which makes me really happy because they have this guy called Roman Reigns who's about to break the all-time record of the longest reigning WWE champion of all time because he's been champion now for 3.5 years straight.
Jesus.
Never lost a match. And I know it's like, okay, well, just don't let him lose.
I wonder why didn't he lose?
Dude, it's so hard to fucking listen to that.
Oh, I know.
He's so good.
But,
yeah, it's fucking fake. But the thing is, the way that you keep winning is by being the best entertainer. So it's like whoever has
I like that.
Yeah, so whoever's the best at being entertaining gets to stay the champion. If you're the champion and you don't pull, you don't have charisma, you can't talk, fuck it. You maybe last a month or two, maybe even a day. There are people who have lost the championship in 4 hours because they were like, wait a minute, that's how he reacted to winning it? Okay, take it off him.
So it's fair then to say that like the audience is kind of choosing how the story plays out.
So you know what's crazy? There's a huge thing about that. I love
like
talking
the
about
Coliseum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this guy a long time ago called Daniel Bryan. This was like 5-6 years ago, and the company themselves fucking hated this guy. They made him what is called a jobber, which is someone who just goes out there, does their job, loses, and gets the fuck out of there. And he was jobbing. He had a championship match at WrestleMania, which is the biggest pay-per-view of all time, and they hated this guy so much, they made him lose his match. A normal match goes around 22 minutes. They made the match. He starts the match, gives this chick a kiss, turns around, gets kicked in the face. He gets pinned in 18 seconds because they were attempting to bury him, which is the wrestling term for get rid of his career. The crowds were so angry. They did not stop chanting his name for 4 months. Every single match, every single show, they were like, Daniel Bryan. This is the match. Look at this shit. I'm not even kidding you. This was attempting to end his career. Oh my God, my brother was furious because that was his favorite wrestler. Boom. And 1, 2, 3, it's over. He lost his championship. The crowd was fucking furious. They did not stop chanting for this guy for 4 months. And
Bro, look at that guy's hair and his skin.
Yep, he's called the Great
like a
White.
cartoon character. That's
He
insane.
definitely dyes that hair, right?
No.
I mean, beard.
I don't know.
No, he's Irish. His name's the Great White. My dad would call him the Great White Supremacist. I never got that, but I wasn't sure about that. But anyways, they cheered on him. They cheered him for 4 months, and it was called the Yes Movement because they couldn't get anybody to pay attention to their show. No matter what storyline they did, they were just like, Daniel Bryan, where's Daniel Bryan? Until they were just like, okay, fuck it, he'll be champion. And he was champion for 2 years straight after that because the crowds got behind him that much. So it really is, if you can get the crowd to love you, you're the guy. You will be the champion. And it's really cool. Stories like that have happened with CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and this other guy called Zack Ryder. But I love that shit because it is fake. It is, right? People have died. People do get injured a lot. I mean, wrestlers really fuck themselves up. But it is cool how interactive, oh my God, I fucking love talking about wrestling, how interactive it is with like the fans and the performers or athletes. It's sick.
Yeah.
But wrestling is slowly becoming cool again. And I am incredibly excited to see what CM Punk does from here because he's very controversial now. Because he went to the MMA, he got his ass whooped bad.
Well, yeah.
He went to the MMA with no training at like 30.
The UFC, yeah.
UFC, yep.
Okay.
He went in.
When you said MMA, I was like,
Yeah, sorry.
is that a place?
Yeah.
He went in at like 38, no training, and just gets his shit wrecked.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice. And don't get me wrong, he made a fuck ton of money. But people shit on him constantly. Now, me personally, I think it's cool that he even tried to compete in the UFC.
Yeah.
As like that. Like, you don't go in the UFC at 38.
Right.
I mean, you got to be a fucking idiot. Got bodied, but it was cool. I mean, he has my respect. I think he's dope as shit. That being said, he is a little bit of a bitch. He has a habit of fighting people backstage, but that's okay.
So like with professional wrestling, everybody knows it's fake.
Yep.
But like, what was the recent one with like Logan Paul fighting that other guy that kept posting pictures of his girlfriend? I forgot even what the other guy's name
Dylan Dennis.
was.
Dylan
Yeah.
Dennis.
Like, what do you think about that? Because people are like, "Oh, it's fake. It's not fake." I don't really think it was that fake. What do you think? Because you did the whole creator clash thing, so you probably have an idea, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would say, like, I don't know, 90% of it's real. It's kind of weird, right? What is fake? It's like, you know, does it immediately become fake when like a promoter tells you like fucking talk shit about this guy?
Yeah.
And then you kind of do your research and you figure out a way to talk shit about this guy.
Right.
It's like, it's not really fake. The impetus was different. It was like the promoter sort of telling you that you're not going to have a job unless you do this thing. So, I mean, it just depends on what I think people's interpretation of it is. But yeah, I definitely think the Logan Paul, Dylan Dennis thing was a real situation. Like Dylan definitely wanted to be like an infamous character. He wanted to be like
the bad
Conor
guy.
McGregor
Yeah,
type.
the reality check. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's real. I'm not that into it. You know, again, it was just like, I think it's interesting enough creators boxing on their own and doing it. It's like, we're fucking creators. Like, you know that people would be interested to see Asmon, Gold, and Tectone in the ring.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Tectone beat my ass. I'll be
No,
honest.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I hate fighting. I hate it.
But, you know, regardless of whether you do it or not, people would be interested. And
Yeah, of
course.
I just don't think it's necessary to create some fucking stupid, like, fake beef or whatever.
I get that.
You'll come up with something.
I think for me, I think maybe I'm a pessimist. I think that like almost everything on the planet is fake.
Mhm.
Like everything.
Well, like you act like we're acting different now than we'd act around our grandparents. You know?
Absolutely.
Like that's normal. And like I think people have like this really unhealthy relationship with like what's real and trying to like discern out what's real on the internet, because I think that you never really know.
Mhm.
And so it's like always a person's perception that's making them feel like they have some sort of like higher understanding, or they're like more, they're able to see through the acts of certain people. And it's like, I think even the pursuit, and like maybe this is like, again, maybe a bit much, but I think even the pursuit of trying to find like authentic content on the internet usually ends up being toxic. Because like you're just trying to find something and you don't have any way to verify it other than just like what you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than like professional wrestling where it's like, okay, yeah, we know this is fake.
Yeah.
I just wish people would treat the internet and like making content online more as if it was professional wrestling, right?
Absolutely.
Just take it less seriously. You know, don't be like as emotional or attached to it, and just try to enjoy yourself and just have fun.
Yeah. No, I 1,000,000% agree. Like, for example, you ever play a gacha game?
Oh, no.
I love how you bring it to gotcha games.
Yeah, sorry. I love them.
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, you know, we all here play a gacha game, and, you know, we've all had our various reactions of, like, for example, there was a character I was pulling for, and I stripped naked on stream while pulling for her because I was so excited to pull for her. And, you know, Asmon goes to play World of Warcraft, and he got so angry, he broke a keyboard on his face. And, well, you were doing an ad for a boat company. And you were like, oh, wow. Wait, what was the quote from the boat ad?
I don't even know. That wasn't a gacha game though. That was
Oh, I know. Just
that
like,
was
like
back
fake
when
moments.
that was back when I made most of my income from cosplay. I would do these little like mobile game ads, and they were so bad, but I mostly did because I thought it was funny. They'd have me read these scripts like, I'm gonna go in my boat over here and fight the other clan. Watch me go.
I love that
And it was,
shit.
not all of them have been found, luckily, but some of them have been dug up.
But yeah, I was like, I think rather than being like, oh, Asmongold, he was just doing this shit for content. It's like, bro, just enjoy it for what it is and enjoy the streams. I feel like people are way too critical of that shit. I also wanted to ask on the topic, or not on the topic of, just in the time frame. Did you guys do anything for Thanksgiving, or what was your guys' Thanksgiving like?
Yeah.
I stream WoW.
Ooh.
That was it. You didn't do Thanksgiving or anything?
Nope.
Did you do anything?
Yeah, I had turkey, went down, had Thanksgiving, got my dad, went over to a family friend's house. We had a nice Thanksgiving. Everything was great.
What about you?
Good.
Did you do anything nice?
I also played WoW.
There it is.
No Thanksgiving?
No.
Did you?
Like 2 weeks before I had the turkey sort of dinner thing at Denny's
That's nice.
Ooh,
That's real special.
with a Dr. Pepper.
there it is. There's smart,
There you go.
yeah.
Did how is it for you when it's like you go from being online all the time to then going? I mean, I'm assuming it was family, close family.
Well, like, so my dad, my family, besides that, just like very, very close family friends that like,
Yeah.
you know, I've known them for like my whole life.
How's the difference
What do you mean?
between, you know, the people who you talk to and like OTK and streamers versus hanging out with like your family?
I don't know. It is what it is. Like, yeah, I don't really think about it that much, right? It's like the same as if I talk to somebody about something at like a convenience store or a shop, it's not really a big deal, right? I don't know. Like growing up, like I've had a lot of friends growing up, right?
Of course.
I'm not like kind of like, in a way I'm a social outcast, but I'm also that way by design. And I like kind of being alone a lot of the time. But other than that, yeah, I don't really have a problem talking about that stuff. And if people want to talk about it, they'll obviously like, I mean, it's probably the same for you guys. Like anytime that you go somewhere, people will like ask you questions about like, oh, doing YouTube, doing Twitch, like streaming, like how does it work, all that stuff. Sure. But otherwise it's just another day.
I had a much different experience where I felt like I was in a game of Among Us because I went to a devout, hardcore Christian family Thanksgiving
Yeah.
with my friends because my friend invited me to come over to the family's house for Thanksgiving. And immediately I was like, okay, I don't want to seem
Did you
weird.
tell them that Jesus wasn't real?
No.
So you're lying to them. So wow, that's fucked up. So you didn't try to debunk the Bible?
No, I didn't debunk anything. I put my head down. I prayed with them. I gave thanks. And
Yeah.
I was even like, there was a kid. Well, not a kid. They're like 19, 20.
Right.
And they said, God damn it. And I'm like, don't take the Lord's name in vain. And the grandma looked at me and she was like, this is a good guy right there. Like, if she watched one of my streams, bro.
Yeah, she would know.
Yeah, but she didn't. I did it so seamlessly. I was like, holy fuck. I'm like a chameleon, man.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's nice remembering, like, I mean, I'm not kidding you. Like, these were people, and there's nothing wrong with this, where it's just so different to what we do now. But they would, like, get up, and they would stand, they would hold hands, and they would say, let us all give thanks to the Lord. And it's like a relic of the past because I used to be in a family just like that. And then I've been away from that for so long, I forgot that still exists. And it was like a culture shock. And to be honest, I really liked it.
Yeah, we said grace whenever we had Thanksgiving last Thursday, whatever it was. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I love the grace once a year.
Yeah,
That's great.
once a year.
Yeah, you just like,
Hey, Jesus,
you just
checking in
reminded.
again.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
reminded. Yeah, thank goodness I'm not doing this on a daily basis.
This is nice as like a little vacation.
Yeah.
It really is a nice vacation, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, just getting down to your roots.
It's kind of interesting, yeah, like visiting your family like you would visit like a different culture across the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, oh, yeah. So you guys do things like this? That's cool.
So you guys like talk to each other. So like when do we all get on the internet and ignore each other? Like, is it now or like later? Like, what is this?
Are we live right now?
Yeah, are we live? Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, I've changed so much since I was a little kid. The last time I talked to my brother over the phone, he asked if I was like under the influence. Because of the normal way that I talk. He's like, so, like, what's going on, John? Like, are you okay, man? Like, what are you taking right now? And I'm like, bro, I am just excited to talk to you. But yeah, I don't think, I mean, people, obviously, I've been brainwashed to watching so many Mr. Beast videos where I think, oh my God, guys, you'll never believe this $10 million car I bought isn't the normal thing that people do. But it is crazy how much more lax and mellow there are certain, I guess, social norms and other, not cultures, aspects of life. I don't know how to phrase that.
Cultures, right? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Well, what do you mean? Like different, like, norms?
It's like understanding. The previous life I would live, I would deem boring as fuck to what I do now. And to other people, it's riveting and it's nice just sitting down and sitting next to the couch and not saying fucking anything for hours upon hours with people who you don't even know. Oh my God, it's so confusing what I'm thinking about right now. Thanksgiving and families make no sense to me. Because I don't get families. Because like there are people where, okay, I'm going to get deep with this.
Can we get an L in the chat for families?
Yeah. Families, there's a lot of images that need to be upheld, especially when you hang out with the elderly, because the elderly are going to die soon. So everybody has to act a certain way because they don't want to disappoint grandma or grandpa and let them know that they have an OnlyFans when they're 80 years old and they're about to die. So it's not really a bunch of people getting together. It's a bunch of people withholding an illusion of who they are to these other people in their families. Maybe this isn't every family. This is just the ones that I've been around. And trying to make sure that everybody thinks that they're normal on one gathering.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe that's just me.
I know, like, my dad's getting up there, and like, you know, I think that he almost gets disappointed whenever people are like, yeah, I'm just doing normal things and I'm being a functional adult and I'm not breaking the law. He's like, oh, well, you know.
Well, it is an interesting thought. My editor, Dane, he brought this up where he'll like inquire to his mom or like an older like boomer age person to like kind of like tell him like how she was when she was his age kind of thing.
Right.
And there's this thing, and I've kind of noticed it with my parents where they don't want to reveal that they're a real fucking person.
Yeah.
And the most they'll say is like, oh yeah, I went to school and I partied on occasion. Like that might be the extent of it. Whereas like, that's the most vague, like uninteresting shit that you can tell.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, even at their age, it's like astounding to me that they're not like willing to share like more stories of like them getting up to no good or just doing something interesting at all.
Yeah, it makes you feel very like you're not good, like you've lived an unholy life.
Yeah. Well, I think it makes sense as a parent because you don't. I think you obviously, as you're growing up, you don't want to put any of that shit on your kid because I think you're afraid that they like you're endorsing like bad behavior or whatever.
I think my dad messed up.
Yeah.
I think my dad also messed up.
Yeah, he. I wanted to sign up for the Justice like academy and like middle school to be a police officer, and he never has really told me what to do. And he said, "No, you're not taking that class." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because our family, we're the other guys." I'm like,
Holy shit.
Okay.
Wow.
He's like, "Yeah, you're not being a police officer. This isn't happening." And it's like, yeah, he's had like 1 million of those bad stories. And so, yeah, anytime it's crazy because like anytime that I tell him something actually kind of bad that I did. He's like, I remember one time I told him I got a gun pulled on me on stream. And he says, oh, that's great. Did the viewers see it? Did they see it? That must have been great content.
Man.
I was like, yeah, some of them figured it out.
When did you have a gun pulled on you?
Some crazy guy who's downtown. He was like living out of like a Hummer, stretch limo Hummer. And he like wanted us to get inside his Hummer and go pick up girls with him. And he just pulls out a fucking gun on us, like just out of nowhere.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was
What
like,
the fuck?
cool, man. Well, I'm going to go. Yeah.
IRL streaming. Then you're like, fuck, I'm going back home.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That is something I really want to do. I
What?
really want to get your dad on the podcast.
So,
We
That'd be
met
fun.
Asmongold's dad.
yeah, it's pre-recorded, so that'll be okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can all go fishing.
Oh, boy.
So you
Oh,
like
that
fishing?
sounds
Yeah, he
sick.
does.
Dude, fishing with Asmon's dad.
Oh,
We went
God.
fishing with Asmon's dad.
Yep.
So, like, what do your parents think about, like, your YouTube stuff and, like, everything that you do online?
Well, I started making YouTube videos in my room.
Yeah.
And I was very fucking like,
Like, in their house?
yeah, in their
Right.
house. Yeah. So I was trying to be quiet. I was trying to keep it as my thing. Like, if I can make some money, let's do this without the parents knowing. I don't want them asking questions because it's a bit embarrassing, you know?
Oh, really?
I don't want them, I just don't want them saying like, so what was that about? Like, what
Yeah.
were you talking about in there? So you got a little YouTube thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just scared of judgment in that way. But it wasn't so bad because I was playing like some of these video games and stuff. And eventually they kind of figured out, they pieced it together. They were like, okay, we know he doesn't want us involved in his shit.
Yeah.
So they just like kept not being involved in my shit. You know, they asked me how life's going, how the business is going, all that kind of stuff. And I'd tell them, I'd open up to them a little bit more. But generally speaking, to this day, like they'll watch my boxing events and stuff like that and support me.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just know that I like to keep it like a little bit more private and not talk about it because it's like, I don't know, I don't like talking about YouTube typically with people who don't also get it to some extent. Like it's not fun. It's fun coming on podcasts and talking to people who've had some like adjacent experiences.
Yeah.
But yeah, old people, randos off the street, it's just not fun, you know?
One time, my friend showed his dad my stream, and he showed it to him like this, and he goes like, whoa, wait, can he see me? He thought it was fucking like a FaceTime or something like that.
Jeez.
He's like, oh, that's it. Whoa.
There's a man inside the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a different world. I couldn't imagine, dude.
I know, and he's like 60 maybe. He has no business not fucking understanding that.
There are people on TikTok, it was a trend for a while for people to show like their either their children or their grandparents or their parents, like essentially just like a trick photo of like some fucking either an ugly baby or just an ugly person in general.
Right.
And they'd be like, oh, this is so-and-so's daughter. Like, take a look at him. And they thought they were on a fucking, two-way call.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, it's great. It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's do that.
God. Oh, jeez.
There was
I'm
the
like,
one
I don't
dad who
know.
was like, what the fuck is that?
yeah. Very real. Yeah.
So good.
But I don't know. It's interesting the amount of people who are that disconnected from just like what is like even something as stupid as that. I'd be like, it's a fucking picture. Get this out of my face.
So is it
Wait,
them that's
it was just a
disconnected or is it
picture?
us?
It's us.
Yeah, it's us.
Yeah. No, I think it's crazy. Like, you know what's really weird is I've actually heard that like computer and tech literacy is going down for the younger generation.
What?
Yeah, like they can't read analog clocks anymore. Like they're taking clocks out of
Right.
schools because
Right.
who the fuck uses a clock?
Yeah, I guess we just need to redefine what we call literacy in that case, I
exactly.
imagine.
Well, I wonder like what's going to happen, right? Because like back in the day, it was like a lot harder to like put together a computer. Like you had to figure a lot of things out for yourself. But like now things are much more like defined, right? In the same way that like if you buy a car nowadays, you don't need to know how the carburetor fits with the radiator that fits with, your oil and a 4-cycle engine. Like you don't need to know that. But I bet probably whenever cars first came out, a lot of people did.
Right.
Well, school systems in general are just absolutely barbaric. Like, I mean, let's just keep it 100%. When in the fuck is anybody going to need to write anything on paper? There's no reason for that. And that is like the majority of what school is writing shit on paper. You don't need to do that. The majority of math that we learn, we don't need to learn that. We just a calculator. Like, but we're still teaching all these things that nobody needs. And the only way that I've justified it, because there is one way where I justify it, whereas is we are giving children the capacity to learn and pay attention to things that we may not necessarily need in order to increase their capacity to learn.
Well,
and
they gave
function.
me a great place to hang out with my friends.
Yeah, socialization. Yeah. But it is barbaric.
Did you go to public school, Dubs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it might be good to maybe like harp on topics a little bit less. Jumping around, I think in school from like one thing to the next might be a better way to do the public schooling. Because you were basically saying like, oh yeah, we don't need writing.
Well, we
don't need to know
that.
that math shit.
Well,
Yeah.
we really
Geometry.
fucking don't.
No, it's valid, especially
Yeah.
with the higher level maths and stuff like that.
Don't get me wrong, I'm really good at math.
Yeah,
I think it's really fun. That's what I was good at.
that's it.
I still am really good at it, but like it serves me zero.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, I like math
bah,
too.
bah.
It's crazy, like when we go on Schooled and like there'll be like, oh, like, find the factor of this, and like it's someone's like, oh well, I don't remember how to do that, and chat's like, lol, stupid. It's like
Fucking moron.
Well, that's because they just learned it last week in their class because they're still in 10th grade.
yeah,
Yep.
fair.
That's fair. It's fresh.
Yeah, that's what it was. No, I think that school is, I personally am a big advocate of public school. I think that it's great that you go to public school and you learn how to fucking deal with people. You learn how it's like this crazy person, this clown that has like all of these like Naruto stickers all over their backpack. You're going to have to deal with him because he's in your party now and you have to do an assignment together. I think that is very valuable.
I didn't learn that.
Really?
No, for
I
me,
did.
my group assignments were, I have party members. I'll just do the whole thing, guys.
Yeah.
You guys just do your thing. I was like, a person I don't like? Okay, I'm going to just stay by myself and avoid them forever. It was like being in war.
I never had, we never
you
had
would
that.
you would take charge of the assignment and you
Because
do
they
it?
were fucking morons. And if they did it, I was going to fail. I mean this genuinely. From day one, I have never had a functioning partner in public school ever. So I would do the whole thing, and then I would also be a big old bitch. Because I would say, yeah, guys, I won't say nothing. And I would do the whole thing, and then I would tell the teacher, like, by the way, I did the whole thing. They didn't help at all.
Yeah.
And then they would get failed because I'm just like, fuck that. I'm not going to be a bitch.
Oh,
There it is.
You know what's crazy? I made 3 guys fail college because of that.
Oh, I hate you.
Good. I don't give a fuck.
man.
Because they were stupid as shit, and they were cheating their way through college, as was I. But I'll be real.
But that's different.
Yeah, because I'm me, and I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Plus,
But it's just college. Give them the pass.
fuck that.
Poor guys.
No, they were oh my God, I hated them so much. Same fucking guy would always weasel. I'm not going to say his fucking name. Would always weasel on the group projects. Always fucking fucked the code. He would send me this shitty fucking code. 6 hours we have to turn it in. I have to stop playing League of Legends so I can fix this shit because he's a fucking moron. Oh my God. It was, sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
this actually makes a lot of sense because like
Yeah, if it was coding, he knew it didn't work. So.
Yeah, like,
He's like, here you go.
I went to school for business, so all of that shit was just like, I mean, it was stupid.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't coding.
Yeah.
It wasn't doing something a little bit more
but it's like you just
technical.
you put it into whatever, operating system, you press fucking run, and if it doesn't work, why the fuck would you send it to me and say it works? It was awful. By the way, working in JavaScript is just about the most miserable thing on planet Earth because you can have functioning code and it can just not work. And then all you do is erase all of it and then copy paste it back in and then it'll work.
There's a space there somewhere.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Oh my God, working in
Semicolon.
Java was just terrible.
I had there was like a couple of group assignments in college where it was just like the last semester I had in college, there was a group assignment and I remember I set up all night into the daytime. I drove to class and I had to present the entire assignment. And the teacher figured out during the presentation that I did everything because he's like, we need to, I don't want to hear any more from you. Let's hear from them about what happens on this, because I also was in business class. It was like some sort of like a flow chart, like design thing. And he had them explain it and they were just, had no fucking idea what they're talking about. And I was just like, Yeah, well, there it is, guys. I wonder why that is. Yeah. Man, that sucks, huh? Yeah, these guys really don't know shit, huh? Damn. I wonder who did this. Yeah.
That's so sick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I think I might have ratted them out for that one because I was like, I had an 89 and like I got a bad grade on it or something like that. But usually I'm like, okay, I'll just carry the team. It is what it is, especially in like high school. Like, who gives a shit?
Mm-hmm.
I never did any of that.
Well, speaking of things people do give a shit about,
Okay.
a couple people left us some comments
Ooh.
that are very important for us to read.
Oh, good.
These will be special because there are comments about specifically you in here too. So this is fun. I mean, we've never done this before.
Oh, cool.
Wait,
This is really
how?
cool.
People didn't know he was coming on
Yeah,
here.
I don't know how we got these.
Wait,
But these are
these
comments
are from
about,
our channel or
I don't
from
know.
Soda or Mrs. channel?
yeah, I have no idea where these came from.
Oh, these are comments from his videos.
He should, you know what? They should have got the comments from. I reacted to that one video that you did. It was like a 17-minute video where you're talking about like some of your older content.
Mhm.
Maybe you did that like 3 months ago.
Mhm.
And I remember I had some really interesting comments on that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
So-
Unfortunately, we did not have those.
Here's some comments for our podcast.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone as uncomfortable as Asma go on this video. I genuinely feel sorry for him. Also, please do more of these. And then Asman is literally like an alien experiencing normal human activities for the first time, and he hates it.
Oh, you're no. These
spa.
are
this
comments
is from the
spa
nail,
video.
the
Yeah,
nail shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it. Okay.
He hates it. This is great. How generous of Tectone and Emmy to take a homeless man to a day spa. Truly saints among mankind.
I'm pretty sure that's what the people there that were working there thought happened. You know, you ever see like those YouTube videos where they're like, hey, we're going to take this crackhead, we're going to buy him a nice suit and, you know, get him a haircut. And it's like they take, you know, I think that's what I was last week. I was the crackhead.
Would you get a haircut professionally done?
No.
Okay.
Why not?
What's wrong with like it? So this is, so like I'm losing my hair. I don't know if it's probably pretty obvious by now. And so my viewpoint is that it's only going to get worse. So it's like there's no reason to just force it.
You know what's crazy?
What?
You took down your ponytail the other day when we ate at Shake Shack.
I did?
That shit looks good. My opinion. I think it
Okay.
actually looks fucking good.
I'm glad it's your opinion.
Yep. Just wanted to let you know that. Tectone, Emaru, and Asmon are like the golden combination of comedy and content. This makes you want to go on a day spa with Tectone, drink some fine wine, and talk about some random life stuff. Great video. And now comments for you.
Uh-oh.
My favorite hostage POV video. You never fail to capture the magic of being trapped in your basement while you rant. Bro, this guy looks like the exact kind of person to be sitting on the sidewalk at a strip mall.
Oh,
Why?
these are just taken directly from my video. Okay, I get it. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. What I hate the most by far about driving is how hard it is to watch TikToks and drive a lifted truck at the same time.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, Extra Emily's great at it. All right. Hey, some
Well,
good
that's all of
comments. Yeah. Oh, sorry. One more. 5-star. I believe this is on our Apple podcast. 10 out of 10 rating. Better even than streaming. Absolutely wonderful seeing these three in long form format chatting. Between all the jokes and fun, they are all three very thoughtful when they discuss more serious stuff in streaming for gaming. Just a wonderful port to podcast. Look forward to it every week.
There it is.
Sweet.
We appreciate that, guys.
can I take one of those as like a souvenir?
You can take whatever you want. You can take both of them.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That's cool.
Well, in case you guys don't know, we're going to be wrapping up this episode. But if you want to see more, we do have a Patreon where we're going to be releasing more of this. Perhaps iDubbbz will join us. Maybe he won't. Find out when you click the episode.
I will.
He will be there for the episode. And I hope you had fun.
I did. This is sick.
Yeah, it's actually
I'm
sick as
glad,
fuck.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
nerds.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Then you turn and you look at me. There's a little glimmer that I can see. The sparkle in your eyes, it makes me realize all we need is you and me. A light shines from your eyes. It brightens any cloudy day. And I find
Question for all of you: who is your childhood crush?
Oh, this shit's wild.
Yeah,
man.
it's probably Lola Bunny for you,
No,
right?
you know what's crazy? It was a dude.
Let's hear it.
He was this good Julian Casablancas, lead singer of The Strokes. Dude was the coolest motherfucker.
Like the long
on
black hair?
Yep.
Yeah.
So cool. Voice of a goddamn angel. And I was in love with this fucking dude. But it was like, I didn't want to like fuck him. I was like, God, this guy is so cool all the time. I was like an idol.
That's a cute answer. I was expecting you to say like,
Oh, dude, Lola Bunny's so fucking hot, dude.
Teen Titans or whatever, like some shit like that.
Reality Bulma from Dragon Ball Z.
I remember everybody used to try to look up like stuff like that whenever they were kids. I never really did that. It was just not really too big of a thing. There wasn't like some specific, oh, wait, Kate Beckinsale from Underworld.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
dude.
Wait, I did. Never mind. Yes. Come on.
That's literally my best friend's pick. Specifically, I think Kate Beckinsale from Underworld.
I mean, come on.
I'm
You
not.
don't have one?
I'm trying to think of like a cartoon character, just to be different. I think as far as the human world goes, I'd say Jessica Alba.
There it is. Yeah, she was amazing.
I have no idea who this is. But I feel like I do. This is so strange.
You're a little young.
I'm 29. I'm not that young.
You're a little young.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like whenever, no, because she was in tons of movies whenever we were in like middle school, right? And so like you would have been in like elementary school.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. What, I mean, did you say you had a crush on when you were a kid?
I've never really been like a celebrity or cartoon crush person, but I do remember, and this wasn't with like weird intentions, but I was really into Star Wars when I was a kid. Is it Carrie Fisher? I'm gonna feel so bad if that's wrong. Yeah,
Leia?
her slave outfit. I was so like,
Oh, yeah.
like obsessed with it when I was like, I don't even know how old I was, like 10. I remember I made it my desktop wallpaper on my computer, and I knew that it was like wrong or weird, but I didn't really know why. So I remember hiding it from my dad, and I remember one time he just saw it and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I had to change it.
Wait, so you never had like a crush on like Itachi from Naruto?
I never watched Naruto.
Oh, what the fuck?
Smart.
I'm just not really a cartoon or celebrity crush person.
Okay.